Hello folks, welcome to a Walkie talkie. I think I'm going to talk about two different things at one time and see how we get on. We're up in Drumchapel, which is not part of the West End. Lovely place, I've got to admit. Now, quickly before I forget how to enunciate the guy's name. The guy known as Ruda Cabana, the guy responsible for the Southport attack this morning, has pled guilty. You've probably heard the phrase, plead guilty or it'll be worse for you. I think this is exactly what happened. You know, for long enough, when speaking to judges and the PF, or the English version of the PF, known as the whatever it is, right, he always presented himself mute, right, which a lot of criminals do. The whole usual phrase, no comment, etc. But I am actually quite happy to hear that he's pled guilty, and because he's pled guilty, in 3 days' time he's going to be going to jail, and I really do hope the judge sends this vile bastard actually to maybe 20 years, 30 years. You know, life is life. We have you. Life should be life. You kill a demographic that should never be killed. No demographic should be killed, but he killed a very vulnerable and defenceless part of society. What an evil person. Now, I'm not going to go into how death happened in Southport. There's plenty actually on the internet right now. Have a look at. But it's a very, very disturbing, disgusting narrative. I think, as I say before, he's pled guilty because if he didn't plead guilty, it would look a lot worse for him in the long run. Absolutely terrible what happened, what the person did. There is no justification for it. And as I say, he has been playing deaf, dumb and silent with all the legal authorities that have been involved in even getting this case to court. It's a kind of jadingly boring technique. No comment, but his version of no comment is actually nothing. Not even no comment, it's just... So Thursday we'll do a walkie-talkie reacting to his jail tariff. I won't be talking about how the death happened, but it's absolutely disgusting, and nobody should be thinking about killing our young. Our young is our future, and without our future we'll come to a pretty stark and conclusive end. So on to the next thing, right? Okay, last video I was doing, I was talking about the camera creep in Clydebank. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to tell the Reggie plate at this point in time because it's stored in my photo roll, and obviously my phone's camera can't access that whilst it's recording. But it's a Volkswagen, black Volkswagen, and that's all I can really say. 10:05 last night outside the Clydebank Domino pizza place. Guy in his car rolled up to me round the window down. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm not too bad. What are you up to? Not much. Oh, mate, you're on TikTok? And he showed me the phone recording me within the screen on the TikTok app. Oh, you're on TikTok? And then scooted off like a fucking coward. That's what Scotland is at the minute. It's cowardly. There's nothing to write about, right? You know, when people want to do things against another person, they do it and then fucking run off like fucking cowards. That's Scotland currently. Now, I did ask a non-emergency number. Well, with what he did, is this there's a crime? And the person said, oh, I'll give your number to an officer to phone back. The officer phoned back and said there's nothing criminal about it, and he said everyone and his dog is on TikTok. And I said, well, I don't want to be TikTok famous. In fact, I said to the officer, I hate TikTok I hate TikTok with the same level as Donald Trump does. He said, well, there's nothing that can be done, blah blah blah. My friend today I met up with brought something up, and he said, but you know, because I'm still on the VP registry as an vulnerable person, surely there should be something that could be done. We went to actual police station, and unfortunately there's nothing. Not an iota, not a sausage, no on. She did say she could understand how it could feel very emasculating, humiliating. It can feel really, you know, like your dignity's been robbed off you. But there's nothing that can be done. Until the guy does something like maybe drives through a puddle and covers me head to toe in diesel oily water, nothing that can be done. So in this case, the phrase is, it is what it is, unfortunately. It is what it is, nothing else that can be done. We looked at it, we researched the matter, but this is the end of the matter, sadly. And I said to her, see, if I flipped a camera on him, he wanted to kick my cunt in. And she said, well, I can't make comment on that. And I'm like, well, it's the truth. And cyclists on pavements, fucking hell. But yeah, I said to her, if I did that to him, he'd be wanting to kick my cunt in. And it's truthful in the sense that, like, yeah, you know, he could do X, Y, Z with his TikTok, but if I turn around and whipped a camera at his car or something, yeah, he'd want to kick my cunt in, and there'd be nothing else I could do about it. I wouldn't have the luxury of going, get him charged, you know, it's painful. I think it's like putting from two sets. One is like getting all, hi, how are you, what are you up to, blah blah blah, and then suddenly whip a camera out and you're on TikTok, mate, and you see your image on the TikTok app with the red live button flashing. It feels very violating. And then they drove off at speed. Just feels cringy and violating. But at least I've checked in and seen if there's anything that could be done. Unfortunately there isn't. Anyway, my boss is coming, so hope you enjoy this walkie-talkie. And if you know a guy with a black Volkswagen that goes around tricking pedestrians, just give him a hard slap from me, okay? Me love you long time.